Good morning. Welcome to day one of some summer fun time at the cottage. I just finished brushing my teeth, fresh for the day. The fan is on, so that's probably the noise that you're hearing. And I'm gonna go over and show you what the day looks like. It's a bit windy. One thing that I was thinking of is just, how nice it is to take a break from electronic devices, internet. I do still have my phone and ebook and stuff like that if it's maybe like a rainy day and we're staying in for a little bit. Hello again, same place on the couch, different outfit, got some Hello Kitty going on. I just finished Surf Girls. It's a fun junior fiction graphic novel set during summer. These two girls are preteen, I guess, starting to be interested. They're people, boys, saving their town in a way. I'd highly suggest reading it around this time of year. It was a fun read that I finished in like under an hour, and now I'm reading Love and Gelato. It's such a nice breeze coming in, perfect weather for some reading with the lake just there. And Love and Gelato is a Netflix movie, but I wanted to read the book first, and it looks like there's a few in the series. One is like Olive and something else, and I'm just loving it so far. Summer in Italy. She has lost her mom sadly, but she's with her dad right now who lives in Italy, and she's just finding out about him. There's a couple boys, maybe a love triangle. All the talk about the gelato and the flavor, and I'm like, ooh, I want that chocolatey one they're talking about, and all the monuments, and just you feel like you're in Italy. And my arm is getting a bit tired. Another great summer read. I'm looking forward to finishing a few graphic novels and other fiction. The Love and Gelato one's like a youth young adult novel, and I'm definitely going to be watching the movie after that. Let me know if you've watched that. It is a new day. I am wearing the same outfit with Hello Kitty. By the way, this one is from Uniqlo. I love their shirts there. Just catch you up on yesterday. It was a bit more of a stormy day. We saw some lightning towards the evening. We went into town and picked up a few things. I might show you some of the fun little random things that we picked up and explored. Saw a really cool church and cute little houses around the area and a park, and a cat came over to say hello and rubbed up against my legs. I was chosen. I was blessed, as hubby would say. I am slightly allergic to most cats except for hypoallergenic ones. It's a beautiful sunny day, not too windy. How are you liking this angle? I love this angle. Just trying to be creative, show you the environment. I will link the vlog from a couple years past where I give a more in-depth tour of the cottage we're staying in. Let's change the angle right now because I want to show you what it looks like outside, and then I'm gonna tell you about some more books that I've been reading. This is another good angle that I'm liking, finding some good spots to prop the camera up, because I find like when you're vlogging, you're holding, it can be a little bit shaky, especially with my older iPhone here. To do a little bit of show and tell, first of all, on my iPhone, to show you my background. It's pushing. It says I'm busy. There, the colors in there more. What I really wanted to show you was the graphic novel that I'm currently reading, which is Anna Green Gables. I just started this one because I just finished another one this morning, which I will show you as well. I like using my iPad for reading graphic novels because, as you can see, the colors are really shown well in there as opposed to my e-reader, which is, just like the paper-like screen, black and white. I just finished Mr. Wolf's Class, which, I said that weird, Mr. Wolf's Class, which is this one right here. And this one's definitely for a younger crowd, but it had its good moments. Let me show you the cover of that Surf Girls book that I was telling you about. Here we go. Graphic novels, I think I will be able to get through one a day, maybe read 2 because I've got like 6 or so that I want to read. So that's the goal, is to get through at least all the graphic novels, and then I think I'll be able to read Love and Gelato right there. Ooh, I want to read The Summer I Turned Pretty right there because they have that, I think it's a show on Amazon Prime, and that's a very summery read. But yeah, I've got lots of other books, like this most recent one by Emily Henry, Book Lovers. I haven't read anything by her, so I'd love to give that a go. I think I'm gonna have some breakfast. I am hungry. Gonna get a muffin. Hello, as you can tell, it's nighttime. We had such a great time in the lake today. There were these things called Choco Boys that we got from an Asian market that taste so good. They kind of look like tiny mushrooms. Like the top is like chocolate and the bottom part is cookie. Definitely try out Choco Boy if you get the chance. The chocolate was very good, and there was so much in the package too. I was very impressed. It was a lovely day. The lake was so much fun. I felt like a kid and like a mermaid jumping the waves, and I'm looking forward to the next few days here as well. Just gonna hang out inside because, you know, the mosquitoes have come out, so I have come in. I'm really liking my hair. I was using this Sun Bum. It also has UV protection, but you use it when your hair is like wet or damp, and it kind of gives you a better like natural wave. I'll have to show that to you maybe tomorrow, along with at some point some of the things that we got when we were out the other day too, like a little haul. I was not recording that whole time, but the reason I picked up the camera again was to say that we had s'mores, and I love s'mores, and it's always a must when you're doing the cottage or camping, and I really enjoyed it just as good as I always remember. All right, see you later. Good morning. I found a good little setup here on the coffee table. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, because last night I said there were a few things that I want to show you, and then I thought of a few more. One of them being, oh, first of all, I'll show you later for our daily cottage weather check-in, but it is another beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day. A little bit of a breeze. I've got on a different t-shirt today. This one's also from Uniqlo. It's an Aladdin one. What do we say here? It's all so magical with the magic lantern there, and then there's a bigger picture on the back. Let me see if I can show you. What I wanted to show you that I used last night to get my hair looking really nice and beachy and wavy was this Sun Bun Sea Spray. It's texturizing spray. It's kind of fallen out a bit more, but it like kind of encourages your natural wave, and I really like it. And I thought that it was cool that it had the UV protection too, because the sun can change the color of your hair, which isn't a big deal. It kind of, my hair just gets like a lighter brown. It's also got a lock on it, which I think might be useful to prevent leaking. I think it would be fun for like camping and cottaging and just like a nice summer staple. But it's texturizing spray, so you can use it for whenever. And the sunscreen that I got, which I used yesterday, is called All Good, and literally this is like All Good mineral sports sunscreen. It's in stick form, reef friendly if you're interested to know, an SPF 50, as well as good for 80 minutes in the water. And it's just a twist off cap here, and you just kind of go boop 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 for your face, for your body. And I can't remember the website, but I went on a website which I've used before to find like the best SPF with the least amount of not so great ingredients in it. So this one literally says All Good. I'll link that website down below. Maybe someone knows what I'm talking about too and can mention it in the comments. This is also by the same brand, All Good. And since this is like close to your lips, you kind of like ingest it, so you want to make sure that the ingredients that you're using for those types of things are even better, I think. And I've really been loving this, especially with the minty. It's like, ooh, I brushed my teeth, and maybe I didn't just brush my teeth. A couple more things. I wanted to show you the physical book I've been trying to read every morning, and it's 100 Devotions for Letting Go of Fear and Following God by Sadie Robertson Huff with Tama Fortner. It's called Live on on purpose, and the one that I just finished yesterday was called Sharks and Dolphins, and I like how it's got its own little ribbon to keep your place. I just finished the Anna Green Gables graphic novel. Now, I've read most of the books. I think I'm on the last one. I've watched the Netflix series. I've also watched the, I don't know what to call it, but it's from the 80s and it's like short little movies almost. That one's my favorite rendition of Anna Green Gables on like movie or show version, but the one on Netflix is a close second. And the illustrations are done by Brenna Femelgrew. She did the Sheets graphic novel. There's 2 in that series, and I just fell in love with this graphic novel. Illustrations are just beautiful. Even the way that they portrayed the story was great. Near the end, I was getting a little emotional. Almost had a tear, but like, you'll know this spot that I'm talking about if you've read Anna Green Anna Green Gables before. I was like, oh, really did a good job of portraying the novel, and it goes all the way up until she goes off to college. I won't spoil it too much if you haven't read it before, but oh, I actually think it is so good that I want to purchase the physical copy. I just more and more fall in love with the story, and if you're looking for a good graphic novel, and if you're into Anna Green Gables especially, I would say it's worth reading for sure. And lastly, I want to show you something just like fun that we got, that I told you I was going to show you a couple things that we got the other day in town. I have one that I want to show you, and bet you didn't think I'd be pulling out a bubble wand. I'm so excited. I'm such a child, but you know what? I'm gonna have childlike enjoyment out of this bubble wand. Definitely gonna try that out sometime and capture on video too. I mean, like, when's the last time you played with bubbles? There's such a big area out there and always a nice breeze, so I think this will be so much fun and so magical. Another day, another cute Uniqlo shirt, which I'll show you better when I get back to the couch. So, see if I can get it set up. There we go. Cinema roll, cute little puppy. It's been a couple days since I last checked in with the summer cottage vlog. It's a bit more, oh, felt like there was a cat, but obviously it's not a cat, it's back. It's a bit more cloudy, overcast today. Probably saw that we did actually see a cat. Saw the stars last night, saw like at least 5 shooting stars. The sky was so clear. That's the great thing about not being in the city. Did some more floating in the lake, swimming, and we went kayaking, which was great exercise and lots of fun to see the whole lake in our area. We saw some loons. There were 3. We were totally, you know, communicating back and forth with them because I could imitate the sound pretty well. I got a lot of reading done, which I wanted to show you. Mostly graphic novels. I also got cut off because my iPhone storage was reaching its limit. It's an old phone. It's a 6S. I can't wait to get a new one, but I was just letting you know some of the books that I recently read. City of Secrets, Friends Forever, Goodbye Stacy, Goodbye. That's the Babysitters Club, The OK Witch, and I also finished Love and Gelato, which did not disappoint. So let me start with Love and Gelato, just to tie it up very nicely and give you a feel of what the book is like, to see if maybe you'd want to read it as well. It's that one that I mentioned that's also on Netflix now as a movie, so I'm excited to watch it now that I've read the book. I think Lizzie McGuire movie in Italy. Honestly, that's exactly Love and Gelato. It was a nice, consistent, enjoyable read. It's a little bit cheesy, not as spicy, let's say. I enjoy that. Graphic novels, back to that. City of Secret and Friends Forever. City of Secrets is kind of like Ghibli-esque and kind of like steampunk, and maybe there's some moving parts in this cool building. I won't go into it any more than that. The illustrator has done a lot of things even with Disney, like Big Hero 6 and Friends Forever. I think that's the third one in the series. It's kind of set in 80s by Shannon Hale and Luyan Pham. I think if you like Raina Telgemeier, who did Smile and Sisters, I think you'll really like this one too. Kind of touches on mental health, anxiety disorder, and OCD. It goes into more detail in the description after you finish the novel, but I think both younger crowds, which I think the graphic novel is geared towards, as well as even people in and around my age, would really enjoy it, because I loved the Smile and Sisters series, and it's kind of like in the past reflecting on her memories, very much like you're reflecting on your own middle school experience, the good and the bad. Babysitter's Club did not disappoint dealing with moving. Ooh, The OK Witch by Emma Stein-Kellner, a magical read of a graphic novel. I wonder if they're gonna have a sequel to that one. The illustrations, just everything about it was really fun. It combined kind of like the awkwardness of I don't know what grade she is in, maybe middle school, and discovering maybe that she has powers, that there are powers and witchiness in her family. I'm in the middle of reading The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I haven't read anything by her, and I remember when this came out I didn't read it, so I'm kind of like, you know, catching up with some things that I didn't read when they were popular at the time. But of course, the reason I'm reading this, you might have heard there's a TV series on Prime. This is another one where I want to read the book before I watch the movie / show, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I think there are 3 in the series. I am about 122 pages out of 428 on my e-reader, and it's definitely a classic, a cottage read, because it's literally set at their summer cottage, so I thought, you know what, this is the perfect setting to read this. Okay, I'm back already because I wanted to do a little bit of show and tell. This drink that we got also from the Asian market, like when you see it, it is like, whoa, I have no words. It's a kiwi smoothie by Cacao Friends, and just what? It's a cat with like a blonde haircut at the top of this smoothie can. It's such like a silly thing, but we wanted to get a couple fun things for the cottage, and I'd never seen anything like that. The haircut reminds me from the lady who makes their costumes from that superhero movie. I can't remember the name right now. You know what movie I'm talking about. She's got the blonde haircut, the glasses, there's Elastigirl. The other thing that I wanted to show you was this like weird random movie that I remember watching once and thinking, oh yeah, that's so good, but I think it was the fact that I loved the actors Drew Barrymore and Luke Wilson. It's called Home Fries. It's very, very weird and quirky. I liked the fact, for some reason, that it was set in a fast food restaurant mainly, and she's working the takeout window a lot, Drew Barrymore. It's so weird. I don't know if I would recommend watching it. Maybe just the one time.